Awesome. Here we go. This is
Perfect.
Jackie, and I'm here with the gentleman of Chief State. How are we doing tonight?
Swell.
Fantastic.
Excellent. Well, last Friday you released No Breaks, your new single. It's about a real dangerous event. Are you able to share a little bit about that?
Yeah. I'll do it because I was the one driving. The song's called No Breaks because literally that's what happened. We were driving from Houston, Texas into Austin, and as we were coming off the highway, I noticed that as I went to brake, we had no brakes. And so this thing was like gently grinding to a halt, and everybody was in the vehicle. So I was like, I didn't want to scare anyone, so I didn't say anything. And eventually, we just finally got to a stop just in time. And then I just drove really slow for the next 5 minutes as we went through the city to where we were staying. Yeah. We took it to the shop the next day, and every time he like pressed the brake, it was just brake fluid was just coming out of somewhere.
It wasn't even hooked up properly.
It wasn't hooked
It
up.
fell off like the brake line.
And we had like this, just the smallest amount of brake fluid left.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty scary.
Yikes. What do you think about that? I mean, other than the fact that thankfully y'all are okay, what made that event so songworthy?
I think it kind of underscores, like, I don't know, touring sometimes, it's a lot of fun, but a lot of the time, especially like DIY touring, right? Like we're kind of going out of pocket to buy, what we think is the most roadworthy van possible for this long tour and stuff. And lo and behold, just like shit happens, right? So, or stuff happens. So, yeah, just I think that just kind of underscored like I don't know, sometimes stuff like that happens and you're left alone with your own thoughts and you're kind of just thinking about your own mortality and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think after sitting with that for a little bit, and then I think earlier that day, a band we were touring with,
Right.
just kind of witnessed like someone had just like sideswiped a Lexus in the parking lot earlier. So just that whole day was just a bit of a
Shit show.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
What can go wrong went wrong
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah. Just reminds you how close you are to, it's not all fun and games getting
Yeah.
in a vehicle and driving around the country.
Yeah.
Yikes. So, how is the song an evolution of the band's sound since the Nothing More Than This EP?
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, well, that was like 7 years. So, I mean, there's been
Yeah.
a fair bit of change. We used to be a lot kind of, I guess, faster and just punkier, and we've kind of tried to develop that sound a little bit, I think, with this upcoming album. Um, yeah, there's a few different sounds in there, and particularly No Breaks was a little bit different to anything we've ever done before.
Yeah.
Big
I'd say
time.
tempo is like maybe similar, but at the same time, I think like we're just better songwriters. We're a little more mature now, and
A lot of different input now as far as members go.
Yeah.
There's a lot more opinions flying around and everyone's open to criticism sort of thing. So it's not like, oh, this is it and I'm dying on this hill. It's, oh, what can we all add to this,
Yeah.
like piece by piece. So
Yeah.
it's a lot more fun coming together and it doesn't seem forced really.
Tell me about who came up with the treatment for the music video for No Breaks.
that's kind of me. I don't know, for whatever reason, just like a '70s aesthetic kind of came to mind, and then with that, like I was thinking of like that '70s show, the TV show. So we were trying to kind of call back to their like joint smoking circles where they're the camera's kind of panning around everybody, right? So a little bit of that, and then luckily Fraser's wife's auntie had a nice untouched wood paneled basement room.
Stuck in the what, 60s, 70s?
It's,
Yeah, seven. Yeah,
It has not been
for
touched since the
sure.
70s,
No
for
doubt
sure.
about it. So yeah, she graciously let us film there for the day, and yeah, that was about it. We we had
Just-
worked with First Floor Collective to get the footage, and
Yep.
the rest is history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What role do you think music videos have in 2025?
Oh.
It's tough. I mean, I
Oh,
think
wow.
like obviously short form content everyone knows is kind of key, but at the same time, um, people are still finding a lot of stuff on YouTube. Like we're getting a lot of YouTube or like YouTube music stuff
Yeah.
come up too. So I think that's important. It's just an accompaniment. I think that it kind of helps build the world that we're trying to create. Right. Helps kind of hopefully maybe see a little bit of our personality or yeah, all that stuff.
And if like the video is entertaining enough too, like you see a good couple seconds of the video and it's entertaining enough, people will come watch it anyway. Hopefully, you think,
Yeah.
if it's entertaining enough, and then you watch the whole thing, it's like, oh damn, okay, maybe check out another one after that sort of thing. So that's the hope, at least.
Yeah, I think music videos have now become just another sort of advertising tool, but I think in a positive way, of course, and in a
Yeah.
way, as you mentioned, to show off or showcase your personality that
Yeah.
help differentiate you from other acts. And I think that that's a very useful tool.
Big time.
Most
100%.
I think that video definitely encapsulates. We're a happy band.
Encapsulates how stupid we are.
A little silly. A little silly.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope. Nope.
Chief State songs kind of balance melody and melancholy. How do you approach writing lyrics that feel personal but are also kind of relatable to everyone else?
Like saying enough without giving too much away in a way, right? Because I think, I don't know, definitely for me as a younger songwriter, there's like stuff that I've either put out or maybe just kept close to the chest that maybe is just like too specific, and then maybe can you kind of lose the plot a little bit, right?
Keep it vague-ish.
Yeah, I think like at least with as far as No Breaks is concerned, like that song, something is missing. Like I think a lot of people can probably relate to just feeling like not everything is quite there, like in whatever situation it is, right? Whether you've been away from home for a long time or even if you're just driving to work or something, right? So I think yeah, it's definitely a balance, but I feel like there's a lot of kind of common scenarios and emotions that connect us all as humans. So just tapping into that a little bit. Sometimes saying less is more too, right? I think letting the song speak for itself a little bit and letting folks fill in the gaps where they have to, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and when it comes to songwriting, what usually comes first? Is it a riff, a hook, lyrics, or does it
Totally
kind of
depends.
change?
Yeah, it changes. No Breaks was we work with a gentleman named Tim Creviston. He's an incredibly talented musician, also a producer, writer, engineer, etc. And he came to us. He actually just had a couple kind of instrumental demos sitting in his folder, and he's like, "Do any of these interest you guys?" I heard No Breaks, and I was like, "This definitely interests. That's for sure."
Yeah.
And just I think after hearing that a couple times, just kind of melodies and lyrics all came at the same time. And couple revisions later, and here we are. Yeah,
I think as a whole, I don't think any of us write lyrics first.
I do sometimes.
You do sometimes.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah.
For me, it's always like instrumentation first, and then as you feel the emotions of the song, it just kind of comes out that way. But I've always been instruments first, and
Yeah.
then lyrics after.
I think this album too, especially like everyone kind of had just riffs in their head and song ideas. It all started for the most part on the instrumental side of things, and then everything just piled on after that, whether it be lyrics, leads, melodies, whatever. So
Yeah, we're putting on one on our record. I think it'll be a single, April Showers. That one
Yeah.
was completely. I just had an idea of like there should be a song called April Showers.
Mhm.
Had the lyrics and everything, and then we built the song after that. It's
Yeah.
completely kind of backwards, I guess, in that sense, right?
Yeah.
So
sometimes it's in your head and it
Yeah.
just
a little all over the place. Yeah.
And your sound definitely walks the line between what we traditionally think of as pop punk, that kind of nostalgic early 2000s, but then with also things that are heavier and moodier. Was that something that was kind of intentional or just the evolution of your sound?
Likely the evolution, because I don't think we really came in and we were like, we want to be heavier, we want to be more emotional or more moody or whatever. I think it just kind of was what it was. Like, yeah, especially with that song, like No Breaks Again, like that was we ended up getting stuck in Texas for about a week after that, just because the part that had failed on the van and whatever. So I think that had just kind of taken a maybe a positive experience and turned it into a little bit more of a challenging one, a little bit more adversity there. So yeah, I think drawing on that is probably going to lead to a bit more of a moody sound here and there. But no, I think more just the evolution, and I think too that we have a lot more two vocalist stuff going on now than in prior releases too. So yeah,
And I think it's something that we didn't really think about. It's just what sounds good to us.
Yeah.
We don't go in like we're going to be moody or we're going to try and play really fast drums here or anything like that. It's just, hey, that sounds cool. Let's go with that.
And a lot of your songs touch on change and growth and even sometimes mental health. When you write about things like that, when then you go to play it, is it cathartic? You feel better afterwards, or is it draining over time?
Sometimes it's like it depends on the show too. Like a lot of the times, you know, someone comes up to you afterwards, just at the booth or whatever, and they're just like, "Yo, this song like really means a lot, and I'm so glad you played it," sort of thing. And maybe they'll tell you their story, or on the off chance, like it has happened, someone has a tattoo of like a lyric or whatever, and it's like, holy shit, like that really tugs on your heartstrings pretty hard. And then after hearing the story, whether it's positive or negative or just however it's impacted their life, it can be pretty fulfilling afterwards. You're like, damn, okay, I love playing this song even more now. Like it was already enjoyable before. Now there's just that much more meaning behind it.
I think it's cathartic as well. And like for me, it's the writing process is cathartic. The reason why the songs exist is because, you know, that's things that you want to say and get it out. And then when you play those songs live, it feels the same thing, you know, the same way. It's cathartic. It's nice to get that emotion out. And it never really feels draining for me. I think more so it's just when you've got an older song that people just want to keep hearing and you have to play an old song over and over again. That maybe gets a little bit draining just because it's, you know, it's you've been doing it for 7 years or whatever. But
I think that's just more too like, especially right now, like we're kind of waiting to put out our new album and stuff, and like you know we're playing old songs and like I'm just anxious to play the new stuff. I feel like especially like, we all probably like resonate with that a lot more and are just more excited about it, right? So and yeah, not necessarily draining per se, but yeah.
it's just the reality.
We have a lot of time with the songs too. So I think after you know a certain like 7 years, some of the Nothing More Than This songs, it's kind of like all right, you know I'm glad people still like those songs. So we're
But
still
it's, you know, that's how I felt then.
yeah, it's
you
true.
know?
It's true. Yeah.
And you don't necessarily feel that way anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's how it goes for any musician, really.
True. Yeah. Just get excited about the new stuff.
Yeah.
Canadian pop punk doesn't get as much of the global spotlight. How does being from Vancouver shape your sound or kind of things that you do?
Maybe the weather does.
Yeah, big time. Big time. Yeah.
It rains, like sometimes you don't see the sun for like 3 weeks because it just rains nonstop. And I think that seasonal depression maybe helps some of the music and songwriting flow. But maybe that.
I think the Vancouver's a little like introverted to a sense, like especially during the rainy seasons. Everyone wants to kind of stay inside. It gets you in your thoughts for sure sometimes, and that can produce some good lyrical content. Sometimes a little sad, but I don't know. Sometimes it's good to have that for a little while. But then reach out to your friends, keep them close as well. Just balance yourself out, not to forget about what really matters out there. And it's not just doom and gloom wherever you're living and stuck for weeks at a time. There's still positives, even though it's gray for 3 weeks straight.
Yeah, we're really blessed though. I think being from Vancouver, like as much as we're kind of on an island in a lot of ways. It takes a lot of time for us to get out of the province, right? Just to Calgary is like a 12-hour drive almost, right? So, yeah, and that's kind of like our next major city, kind of population center, if you will, in the country. But yeah, we have a great scene. I feel like there at least like a lot of other kind of genres and whatever. There's a really flourishing hardcore scene, always has been.
Yeah.
There's our forefathers that came before us, Daggermouth, Living with Lions, all those bands. They were playing fast pop punk like way before we were. So just kind of happy to be keeping it alive.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, when can fans expect a new album? You did tease it a little bit earlier.
Nah.
I don't know how much we're allowed to say, but there's something on the horizon. It's 2026 for sure.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's
So
hard not to say too much. It's very exciting.
I don't want to get you in any trouble with anyone, that's for sure. So what's up next between now and then?
I guess Christmas.
Christmas, New Year's, months in there.
We're closing out our Western Canada tour with Colonial Captains at the moment. We're in Kelowna tonight, heading on to Vancouver, Nelson, and then Fernie, I believe.
Yeah, those are the ones.
Yeah, not sure when this is coming out, but I guess until October 18th, we're on the road playing some shows. And then we've been talking about getting back and starting on the writing process again for what comes after that, after what's coming up. So that'll probably be the next few months before we start dropping more singles.
And no doubt, new music in 2026, I think. Count on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. Well, stay tuned for much more from Chief State. This is Jackie. Thanks to In the Queue Change and Chorus FM.